The Aquino administration will be remembered for its record investments in basic education for the past 5 years. Poor quality of education in the past has been addressed to ensure better results. The K-12 education program to be fully implemented in 2016 will be a legacy of President Aquino. Shortages in classrooms, teachers, textbooks, and other learning facilities were addressed to improve outcomes. The full report from Freddie Abando.
2016 will be the full implementation of the K-12 education program to keep pace with the global standards to produce high-quality graduates for the country. This has been the vision of President Aquino. It was a major challenge for Education Secretary Armin Luistro to implement this key reform program for basic education. Its proposed budget of 436 billion pesos to see to it that the K-12's implementation not suffer from shortages in classrooms, teachers, textbooks, and other learning facilities to include information technology.
You will note that the budget since 2009 and what has just been approved in the lower house as the budget for 2016 will register the biggest increase in the DepEd budget, and maybe for the next 2 decades. It registered 148% increase since 2009. The biggest bulk of this coming year's budget is really reserved for the senior high school in terms of additional classrooms for 11 and 12, equipment, and gov't workshops, as well as hiring of the last tranche of teachers that will teach in the senior high school. So in the succeeding years and in the next administration, the increase in the budget of DepEd, I think, will not require such a huge increment, because we would need to just build additional classrooms to replace old ones, and the number of teachers that we will hire will not be as many as what you have seen in the past 2-3 years.
Luistro said gaps in 2009 are now closed. For classrooms, there was a shortage of 66,800 in 2010. As of February of 2015, 84,478 were built. Teacher items for 2010 was 145,827. 128,105 were hired as of 2014. 60,000 was proposed in the 2016 budget. For textbooks, there was a shortage of 61.7 million. As of 2012, a 1-to-1 student textbook ratio was achieved. The seats in 2012. Secretary Luistro said more classrooms will be constructed for 2016. A replacement program will also be undertaken for old schools and classrooms. Its design will be climate and earthquake resistant.
In the 2016 budget, you will already notice that most of the classrooms are really to replace the old classrooms, mga 40, 50-year-olds. So, and then the bigger bulk of the new classrooms will be for those that are in the new program for grade 12 na, because this year we're already building for the grade 11. So most of those, what you will notice will be the old classrooms will be demolished. The substandard ones we will replace with new ones, which hopefully will be easier to maintain, less expensive sa maintenance, but also more resilient, because our categories for the classrooms are now for category A sa earthquake and 20 kilometers per hour yung for the roofing.
Secretary Luistro stressed the president should be cited for his commitment to reform the country's educational system to produce high-quality graduates that can compete with the best in the world. Congress for its support in providing basic education with the resources to implement change for the better.
Naipakita ng buong kagawaran na kaya natin at kaya ng Pilipino na magbago at panibaguhin ang ating lumang sistema ng edukasyon. Naka more than a century siguro na pinag-uusapan na itong reform And palagi ko na ipakita naman ng DepEd na kaya naman pala nating mag-umpisa at tapusin yung reforma na pangmalawakan na isinailalim nga natin sa K-12. No? Pangalawa, pwede naman pala na yung kakulangan, pwede naman palang pag taon-taon tututukan mo, kahit meron pang patuloy na mga pangangailangan, kaya naman palang basta siguraduhin mo na taon-taon gagawin mo yung bigger bulk of the challenge. No? And finally, palagi ko na ipakita naman ng DepEd na kahit palagi tayo naghahabol itong the last 5 years, yung kinder pa lang na inaipasok na natin yung karamihan, more than 1.8 million students in the kinder program. By June of next year, we will have more than 1 million new students in grade 11. No? And we will be at par with the rest of the world. No?
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.